Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. In this video, I want to explain William Ruto's original sin, a sin that has not only killed William Ruto's presidential bid in 2022, but maybe permanently. Yes, permanently. Yes. In 2013, when Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto formed government, they were acting more or less as co-presidents. And from some inside sources, we are being told that Uhuru Kenyatta would not do anything in government or make any government appointment without informing William Ruto. They were acting as co-presidents. And that might have gotten into William Ruto's head into thinking he was Uhuru Kenyatta's political equal and that he was a president in waiting. And I still remember, and Kenyans can still remember, that when Uhuru Kenyatta flew to The Hague, William Ruto remained in Kenya acting as the president. That was in their first term. And then upon Uhuru Kenyatta's re-election, he disengaged from William Ruto. And that confirms clearly that Uhuru Kenyatta in their first term was not very happy with the way William Ruto was carrying himself as a co-president. Uhuru Kenyatta was not very happy with William Ruto for thinking he was his political equal, a co-president. And because Uhuru Kenyatta desperately needed a re-election, he had just to stick, or rather to condone, William Ruto's behaviors. But upon his re-election, they parted ways. Yes. So in this video, I want to dig deep for you to see the exact original sins, or rather the original sin William Ruto made that has actually killed his presidential bid in 2022 and maybe most probably permanently. That's what I want us to find out in this video right now. Yes. What is currently happening in Kenya, especially the tug of war between Uhuru and Ruto, such kind of similar incidences have happened in other parts of the world before. And historians tell us that the behavior of the ancient kings and the behavior of the modern day leaders are somehow the same. No leader would want to be outdid, or rather to be outdone. So in this video, I want us to borrow some lessons, or rather some wisdom from France. In those ancient days in France, under King Louis XIV's administration, the king had the privilege to appoint a prime minister who would rule on his behalf. So in France, under King Louis XIV's administration, King Louis XIV had a prime minister by the name of Jules Mazarin. Unfortunately, or maybe as fate would have it, Jules Mazarin, the prime minister, died in office. So it was incumbent upon the young king the young King Louis XIV to appoint a new prime minister. And the person who best suited the bill was none other than Nicolas Fouquet, the finance minister. And that was so because Nicolas Fouquet was a very popular man, a man loved by the people in France, and a very wealthy man. And we are being told that Nicolas Fouquet, could actually loan that government of Louis XIV, he could loan it money and he could actually get his money back with some interest. So Nicolas Fouquet was the ideal candidate as the new prime minister. And we are also being told that at that time, Nicolas Fouquet actually built the largest castle in France. So those kind of realities and Nicolas Fouquet's popularity might have scared the young king. So instead of the young king appointing Nicolas Fouquet as the new prime minister, the young king abolished that post of a prime minister. Maybe he was afraid that with all that popularity Nicolas Fouquet was enjoying, assuming he could have appointed him as the new prime minister, maybe Nicolas Fouquet could have just organized and the thing could have just been overthrown. So the young king abolished that position of a prime minister. And it never stopped there. The young king went further, organized, and Nicolas Fouquet was arrested, charged in a court of law, and he was sentenced to 20 years in a very isolated prison in France. Nicolas Fouquet died in prison. So instead of Nicolas Fouquet actually becoming the prime minister, he never became the prime minister. He lost his post as a finance minister and he died in prison. A man who was very much loved, a man who saw himself as the ideal new prime minister. He died in prison. If you look at William Ruto, upon William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta forming government in 2013, William Ruto saw himself as the president in waiting. In fact, William Ruto seems he was very much in a hurry even to be the president. He felt he was almost becoming the president. And if you look at William Ruto again, William Ruto, upon the time in the first term, he made it his business to outshine the master. He went to the mountain and outdid Uhuru Kenyatta on the mountain. In Jubilee Party, he also outdid Uhuru Kenyatta in Jubilee Party, in that he was now the one calling shots. And a good majority of leaders in Jubilee were actually changing their allegiance from the president to William Ruto. Same to the mountain. On the mountain, a good number of leaders from the mountain were actually changing their allegiance from the president to William Ruto. So William Ruto clearly outshone the master. And that kind of outshining the master, I know, scared Uhuru Kenyatta. And historians do tell us that the behavior of ancient leaders is the same as modern day leaders. They don't want anybody actually outshining them. And in the 48 Laws of Power, a book by Robert Greene, the first law tells us, never outshine the master. Always make those above you feel comfortably superior, and you will attain the heights of power. Nicholas goes ahead to tell us, not Nicholas, I mean, Robert Greene goes ahead to tell us in his book, The 48 Laws of Power, you might be even brighter or even clever or even more intelligent than your boss. But dim your intelligence for your boss' intelligence or brightness to actually shine. And you will attain the heights of power. What William Ruto did to Uhuru Kenyatta is that he dimmed Uhuru Kenyatta's brilliance for it to shine. And he did that on the mountain, he did that in Jubilee Party, and he did that in government. Actually, William Ruto embarrassed Uhuru Kenyatta badly. A president who became a laughingstock, even in his own backyard of the mountain, courtesy to his deputy. William Ruto badly outshone the master. And if you compare what befell Nicolas Fouquet in France, I'm seeing somehow a similar situation might actually befell, or rather befall William Ruto, if maybe history is anything to go by. Whether it will befall William Ruto in Uhuru Kenyatta's administration or not, surely at one point, I'm seeing the consequences Nicolas Fouquet faced. William Ruto might actually face the same consequences. William Ruto is the single most politician, rather leader, in Kenya who is seriously being mentioned in some corrupt deals, allegations of corruption. William Ruto. And in the case of Nicolas Fouquet in France, he was also loaning government money and he could actually get interest back. He was charged of embezzlement of public finance. I'm seeing a high possibility where maybe in the next administration, William Ruto can actually be charged of corruption. I'm seeing such kind of a high possibility. He might actually be charged of corruption. And then there is a philosopher who actually says, even though the sun and the stars might be having equal brilliance, you will never see the sun and the stars in the accompaniment of one another. One sun at a time. One president at a time. That's the lesson William Ruto never understood. He ought to have allowed Uhuru Kenyatta be the president. And that should be even a warning to these leaders forming coalitions. Before, or rather as you form those coalitions, you might be in equal political terms. But upon the person you are forming the coalition assumes leadership, you are now not in equal political terms. He is now your boss. Let him lead. One president at a time. That's the mistake. That's the original sin William Ruto made. He outshone the master. And because of that, William Ruto has to face some political consequences. And the first consequence is just not going to win this year's presidential election. He is going to lose it. And who knows, William Ruto might have just killed his political career permanently. And I'm saying that because with Martha Karua as the new deputy president in a Raila administration, Martha Karua can easily galvanize the mountain and he can have a good majority of Mount Kenya residents actually following him. That will render William Ruto irrelevant politically because without the mountain votes, there is no William Ruto. And also equally in Kalenjin Rift Valley, we have Gideon Moi. A Gideon Moi playing a very active role in a Raila government can also in one way or the other disorganize William Ruto in the Kalenjin nation. So you can see that by 2027, we shall not be talking of William Ruto. A William Ruto in 2027 and maybe thereafter, we might not even find a leader called William Ruto in terms of political strength. Let me leave it there for today, ladies and gentlemen. In case you've bumped here, just as I did state when we were starting, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. God bless you, God bless Kenya.